Good morning, everyone. We're going to begin the hearing. Good morning. Can I have everyone who's already been signed in seated, please? At this time, please silence all of your devices. Inspectors, can we take this conversation outside so we can begin, please? If there's any, welcome to our August 20th, 2026 special magistrate hearing for the building division. If there's anyone who wishes to speak at today's proceedings, please stand and raise your right hand. For those of you in line, you could just raise your right hand. Yeah, you must be sworn in to speak at today's proceedings. Do you swear and affirm to tell the truth at today's proceedings? Thank you. You all may be seated. Our first case is on page 28. One second. Yes, page 28, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 309 Southwest 25th Terrace. Owner, Mitchie Owens, case number BE 2502-0001. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,550.
Good morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is complied. The city is requesting that administrative fees be imposed. The respondent is here to speak.
You're asking that the fine be waived, right?
Yes, we will impose $575.
Yes. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. There's a.
Could those fines potentially be waived?
No, I'm going to stick with the administrative cost, but I'll give you the time to pay. How much time do you need? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 3100 Northeast 32nd Ave. Owner, Pac-Man Intracoastal LLC. Case number BE 25050030. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 12/25/25. Really? Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $200. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,200, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Nectaria Chakas with the firm Lockery and Chakas on behalf of the owner.
Okay.
We are in the process of pulling the permit for the fence. The first violation was complied already, but the second violation is now in for permit, and we expect it to be issued shortly. So we are requesting an extension of the compliance date and a stay of the fines so that we can go ahead and get that permit.
How much time do you need?
I think the next hearing date is in October. Till the next hearing date, which I think is October.
Right. No, and the next hearing date would be September.
September.
Let's do 56 days.
City's not opposed. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the
Suspend the fine during that period of time. Do you want an order to reappear or not?
I don't think it's necessary.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's
should be issued.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if we aren't able to make that time frame for some reason, we'll go ahead and let them know to place us back on an agenda.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Our next case, Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address, page 20, property address 125 North Birch Road. Owner, Springbrook Gardens, Inc., A condo. Case number BE 2306-0052. This case was first heard on 10/19/23 to comply by 1/18/24. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $13,650, which continues to accrue. There are 7 extensions noted.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
My name is Thomas Murphy.
Okay. Are you the owner?
No, I'm the president of the association.
Yes.
Good morning, Your Honor. Senior Inspector Mayor Rich for the city. At this time, after review with Assistant Building Official Joe Pasquarello and Chief Leonardo Martinez, they are allowing an additional 182 days extension.
Yes, sir.
Yes, so since our last meeting, we have entered into a contract with a buyer for the property, which will be torn down. And the hard deposit has been received, non-refundable. It's a very good buyer. They also agreed to pay our HOA dues for January, February, and March of next year to help us out, as we are running low on money.
Okay. City's looking for 182 days? Is that what I heard?
Correct.
Thanks for that period of time.
Case is on page 19. Two six. Only
that we hear their concerns and we are taking action. This is about investing in our neighborhoods, creating opportunities, and fostering an environment where every resident feels safe and valued.
From the street level, we can quickly see how things can escalate. GVI allows us the opportunity to have those conversations, make those connections, allowing us to be proactive versus reactive.
This program reflects Fort Lauderdale's commitment to public safety, uniting city leadership, law enforcement, and the community.
Scam. This company came to my house, knocked on my door, other panels. I signed a document. They approved me for financing. And they knows nothing. During that time, I was trying to refinance my property, and that's why I had assumed I'd taken care of it, because I spoke with someone from the city. I gave them several documents they requested from me. I will tell you which documents right now. Cancellation agreement and acknowledgement, as well
Let me
as...
ask you, ma'am, let me ask you a question. How much time do you need?
Whatever time the city takes to approve the... I already did the applications. I did everything last night as soon as I knew.
She's looking to void the application, given that there was no work done by the solar company. And I did confirm that. So 42 days would be fine for her to get that.
Right, I'm sorry, just bear with me here. So she put an application and no work was done. She doesn't need an application, does she?
You have to void it.
You got to void it? How do you void it?
Because the permit was issued.
No, the permit was issued, but how do you void it?
It's just paperwork.
Submit an
It's very
application.
easy.
Okay, all right.
A void application
I
will
just
be
need to
submitted.
understand the process. That's
Yeah,
why I'm asking.
there's a
I'll
void.
have a copy. I did.
Okay, all
I did
right.
everything
42
last
days,
night.
you can get it paperwork in, right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll extend
Do I
it
need
for,
to come
give me a
back?
second, give me a second here. 42 days, which would be October 1st. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. You want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, you want to say something?
Will I have to pay the fines after, or is there a way for me to
Well,
get
that's not an issue I'm
forgiveness?
dealing with today. Right now, I just extended the time until this gets taken care of.
Okay.
So once you come into compliance, there is a lien amnesty program, which is all, again, more paperwork. It's an administrative process, and the ladies in the back may be able to explain that to you, but you're not eligible for that until you come into compliance.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Chief Martinez, property address 200 Northeast 3rd Ave, owner 200 Northeast 3rd FTL LLC. Case number BE 25120035. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Good morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, Matt Press.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chief Martino representing the city. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
Yes.
That's fine. We already submitted it, and they messed up on the legal description, so it should be plenty of time.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Just let me finish here.
Oh, sorry.
I will find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance, which would be October 1st, or a fine of $100 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 22. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 1713 Lauderdale Manor Drive. Case number BE 25090066. Owner Katiana Elesen and Jean David Elesen. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 7/16/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $1,700, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Katiana.
Yes, sir. Is he going to speak? Okay. Thank you.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
We're working with the prior owner to get everything complied. As of right now, we are missing 3 mechanical sub. So we would like to request 91 days extension if granted.
Did you buy it recently?
Yes, last year.
When did you buy it?
Last year.
Last year.
She did. She bought the house, and the previous owner, he was a contractor, and he got permits for nothing, and he basically renovated the whole house. She didn't know about it when she purchased the house. I did my research. I spoke to the contractor. He's willing to work with her, which he's working with her. He has submitted he submitted all documents with a master permit, but he didn't submit the subs yet. So he's working on that.
How many days has everybody agreed upon? How many days do you need?
I mean, if we could do 91, that would be fine. 119 would be even better to give her a little time.
Yeah, 119. All right, I'm going to find that the violation exists to respond. Now, this is a hearing to impose, right? I'll extend the time for 119 days, which would be until December 17th. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. You want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 30. Chief Martinez, property address 25 Hendricks Isle, owner Reflections of Las Olas Condo Association. Case number BE 25060097. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 4/2/26. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $11,900. City is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $1,275.
Good morning, sir. You state your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Perez from Eisinger Law on behalf of the association.
Okay, thank you.
Chief Martinez representing the city. Case and address as read. City is requesting administration cost of $12.75. The case is complied. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. We're requesting that the accrued fines not be imposed and that the administrative charges be waived at this time.
And why is that?
Yes, Your Honor. So the association has a property management company which was responsible for obtaining these reports. Needless to say, there was some kind of infighting with that company. We were hoping they would be here today. We requested that the property management company would be here today to discuss any delays. They refused to do so. So the association was doing its best, requesting that company to do what was required, and for whatever reason that didn't occur.
And I understand that. But that's a private dispute between the parties. So
yes, sir.
The city is basically open to waiving the fine, which is not a minimal amount. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to impose the administrative cost of $1,275.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 32. Chief Martinez, Property address 1800 North Andrews Ave. Owner Drake Tower Inc. Condo Association. Case number BE 2506-0121. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 8/18/26. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $200, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Oscar Roman, property manager.
Okay.
Christopher Durham, engineer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Chief Martinez representing the city. Case analysis as read. The case is not complied. The notice was sent on June of 2025. The report was submitted on December of 23rd of 2025. Electrical repairs were shown on the report, and they are missing the revised report. It's over a year.
They're going to submit a revised report? And
They need to submit a revised report stating that no repairs are required.
What's the recommended time for compliance?
No, this is in
Extension.
position. This is in position.
Are you opposed to any extension of time?
No, this, we are mandated by BORA, and we, in these cases, we are not allowed to request an extension or support an extension. Okay. What I recommend them to do is, as soon as they complete the repairs or they obtain the permit, you just get in touch with us. We will stop the fine at that point just to help you. That's something that the city of Lauderdale is doing to help a little bit the association.
Do that administratively? You stop the fine administratively?
When they submit the letter requesting an extension with the issue permit listed on the letter.
But that doesn't come back here, you do it administratively?
No.
All right, maybe I'm, okay. Bear with me here. This is an order to impose. You're telling me that under the rules, I don't have the authority to extend it, which I understand. But I think what you're saying is when they submit the revised report that you stop the fine.
Yeah, no.
And I'm just trying to understand, you do that administratively or does it come back here?
Yes, no, we do that administrative.
Okay. All right. Yes, anything you want to add? I think it's kind of cut and dried. They're asking me to impose the fine, which frankly I'm going to do. There's only 2 days running right now. I think that they're telling you that if you can expedite your revised report, you're going to be able to cut off that fine from accruing for a period of time.
So what I will say is that we're in the process to issue the revised report. Takes some work to be done. We are in the process of submitting documents for permits, but that time frame, to comply with the clean report will take some time.
They're missing the permit. That's the first step that they need to take. When they obtain the permit is issued, not applied. They will ask the engineer of record to provide us with an extension letter where they can list that permit that is issued and the reason why they need extension. Okay.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be in the building's best interest to get that permit issued, so then you can request the extension with the active permit to staff.
That's correct. And so we're in the process of getting the permit documents completed so they can be issued for permit, and we should have those documents submitted for permit in approximately 60 days.
Get Felicia's card so you can send us the request letter as soon as you get the permit issued, requesting the extension, and we will stop the fines. They don't need to come back here. Okay. But at this moment, we're going to impose the fines. We're requesting to impose the fines.
Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I add some content?
Yes.
So
please.
Joe Pasquarello, Assistant Building Official. So this program involves 2 phases. They've completed phase 1. We granted them 180 days to complete the repairs.
Okay.
In order for us to support an additional extension, which is why they're here, they would need to comply with obtaining a building permit. That has still not occurred. So that's, our hands are tied. It's part of the mandate. The only way we could support an additional extension is if they obtain the permit. I understand they're in the process of working on that. This case is over, I don't know, it's been a while, so there's no reason why that couldn't have been submitted back when, but nonetheless, we're here. The minute they get a permit and in addition to that, a letter stating that the property can undergo repairs while the building is occupied, those 2 items will allow us
That last letter's from the engineer, I would suppose.
Correct.
Right, okay. All very useful information. It helps me a lot. I appreciate it. There's really one thing on the agenda only, and that is to impose the fine, which is what I'm going to do, and then obviously you've been told what you need to do. So I just impose the fine. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Our next, sorry. Our next case is on page 10. Inspector Marie Arias. Property address 1319 Northwest 14th Court. Owner Dante Tremel Andre. Case number BE26040253. Notice posted. Also owner Fidelia Natalie Diaz. Sorry. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Notice posted at Johannesburg Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Good morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Natalie Andre.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Marie Arias with the city. Case and address is read. This case was first opened on April 30th, 2026 for the following violation. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permit, consisting of but not limited to PVC fence, impact windows, and doors. An inspection report was mailed on May 1st, 2026. A special magistrate hearing scheduled on June 6, 2026. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on August 18, 2026 showed that fence permit BLDGEN 26050676 is in awaiting client status as of July 8, 2026. And windows and door permit BLD-GEN-26050675 also in awaiting client status as of July 20th, 2026. I have spoken with the property owner throughout the course of this case. City is requesting 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter. I will allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it is an after-the-fact permit. I did just hire an architect because they're telling me I have to move the fence now back.
Okay.
But I am working on it.
Okay.
I just really do need the extension.
Okay. Well, technically, it's not an extension. What this is, there'll be a final order issued, which finds that the violation exists. The respondent will get, pursuant to the city's recommendation, 119 days, which is December 17th, to come into compliance, or a fine of $50 a day.
Okay.
Do you want an order to reappear?
No, it's not necessary.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 4. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 2732 Northeast 15th Street. Owner La Casa Villa S LLC. Case number BE26030222. Notice posted at the property on 7/20/26. Notice posted at Johannesburg Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Morning, ma'am. Just state your name for the record, please.
Christina Hogan.
Okay. Are you the owner?
No, I have power of attorney.
Power of attorney.
Good morning, Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we accept what he's saying. We'll definitely have it done within 90 days.
Okay. I'll find the parties are in agreement that the violation exists. I'll grant the respondent 91 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 2. Chief Martinez, property address 195 North Federal Highway. Owner 195 Federal LLC. Case number BE25110079. Notice posted at the property on 7/29/26. Notice posted at 1 Eastboro Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Christopher Smith on behalf of the owner.
Okay.
Good morning, Chief Martino, representing the city. Case and address as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter. I'm going to allow the respondent to speak.
Yes, sir.
42 days. The inspection, we did have the inspection, and the engineer firm told me 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks for the official report. 30, yeah, that's right there, 42 days. Maybe give me a little cushion, 60?
No, like 42.
42.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to find that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance or face fine of how much? $100 a day?
$100 per day.
$100 a day. Good luck to you.
Agreed, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, at this time, oh, you were speaking?
Wait, just a minute. Do you want an order to reappear for this case? No. Okay, all right. That's all right.
This time, is taking a brief recess. Okay, everyone, we are now resuming our special magistrate hearing. Thank you. Our next case is on page 35. Inspector Severio Anescu, property address 2505 East Las Olas Boulevard. Owner Robert Lane IV. Case number BE 25090200. This case was first heard on 4/16/26 to comply by 8/20/26. One section not complied at $50.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Robert Lane.
Okay.
Severio Anescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. The property owner is here to speak.
Yes, sir.
I've engaged the architect and engineer. All the permits are with the city awaiting inspection.
Okay. I know this is on the agenda under new business or old business. The old business.
It's Massey.
Is there a final? It's a Massey hearing, though, right? Okay. So he's seeking additional time. Do you have an objection to that?
No, I won't object to little time. But the main problem, the main reason is he needs to start working with me because he hasn't been cooperative. Yes, I've told the architect and engineer that they need to speak with them.
They do?
Yeah, the work is finished. They've been trying to schedule an
All right.
inspection.
How much time do you need? They need to cooperate with the city.
Correct.
Okay. So maybe you talk to your people about that. How much time do you need?
Well, there's a permit that needs to be initiated, I believe, that I did
Yeah,
not know of. He's got one permit that's still awaiting client reply. The rest of the permits are issued. I have.
I'm sorry. That first permit, he's got an application in.
He's got multiple permits that have been applied. Some of them have been issued.
Okay.
One is still awaiting client reply. That means that the architect needs.
They're waiting for their comments.
And there's one permit that's been issued that I need to pass to go to the property and.
How long have the comments been out? There's a permit in which there was comments and they didn't respond.
I don't have that information on me, but it's.
Anyway, how
they
much?
They just responded to the comments, I believe, earlier this week.
Okay. How much time are you acceptable to you?
How much time do you think you need to get all those permits issued and
Well, some of it is that they're not responding to the comments they have. Give me a period of time that you want.
60 days to get it finished.
56 days. Are you all right with that?
Sounds good.
They have particular days here. So 56, I'll extend the time for compliance. 56 days, I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. You want an order to reappear again?
No.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Our next case is on page 28, Senior Inspector Preston Mark. Property address 132 Isle of Venice Drive 1. Owner 132 Isle of Venice Investments LLC. Case number BE 25020102. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $4,500, which continues to accrue.
Morning. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Stephanie Miorca with Stephanie Toothaker's office on behalf of the property owner.
Okay.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the city, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, since we were last here, our design team completed an extensive discovery and assessment period to understand what was permitted, what wasn't permitted. We've completed the drawings, submitted the after-the-fact permit, but we are requesting a 154-day extension and hold a fine so we could complete the permit process and finalize the associated work.
City opposed to that?
City's not opposed to that.
All right. I'll extend the time for compliance 154 days. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank
Good luck
you.
to you.
Thank
want
you
an
very
order
much.
to reappear?
No.
Okay. Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 23. Man, I have my mark there. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 300 Southwest 6th Street. Owner Ace Real Estate Group LLC, case number BE 25080183. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 6/18/26. Two sections not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,200, which continues to accrue.
Morning, sir. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning. Eric Fernandez, property owner.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city, case number and address as read. This case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
So we were cited for a violation, and we're currently working with an engineer that's been retained, and we were asking for a 56-day extension in order to comply.
City won't oppose to a 56-day extension.
All right. I'll extend the time for compliance 56 days, which would be October 15th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time. Good luck to you.
Thank
you want
you.
an order to reappear?
Yes, please.
With an order to reappear.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 25. Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 1237 Northeast 14th Ave. Case number. Yes?
Can you do another?
Oh, sure. Are you ready? 1237 Northeast 14th Ave. Case number BE 25070160. Owner Valentina Acciol and Levent Acciol. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
Morning, ma'am. State your name for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Valentina Acciol.
Thank you.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. This is case for an expired permit. It's not complied. The respondent is here to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really know what to say. Is it about the fence?
It's for an expired permit fence. Yes.
This was a case that was heard in December of last year.
Yeah, I was not present. At that time we lived in Massachusetts. We moved to Fort Lauderdale later.
Where are we
beginning
at
of
with
the year.
this?
I'm sorry?
Where are we at with this case?
So the last time I spoke to the inspector, they requested an engineering done for that extension of the fence. We basically installed one part of the fence and a tiny little piece on the other side to the existing fence. But we used the Home Depot supplies, and my husband and helper just basically went along the neighboring fence line, and that's all we did. The inspector came in. They said that it needs engineering, drawing, and report, and all of that. So.
And when did they ask for that?
After the inspection.
When was that?
That was back in, I think, December maybe of last year.
Okay, so what have we done since December?
So what we've done is I've actually paid the engineer, and I have the report. And when I came into the building department, I was told that I cannot submit it in person. I have to go through the electronic records. I don't have an open permit. The contractor that was helping me to do that disappeared. So I fired him, and I basically tried to get in touch with somebody else. Nobody wants to deal with the one line of fence, and they just don't want to deal with me in general. So right now I have the engineering report. It's actually here with me. But I do not know how to submit it and to where to submit it. They do not accept any emails or anything like that.
All right, well, I'll let you talk to staff about that. If she gets the engineering report in, what staff comes after that?
Well, my case is for an expired permit, so I don't know exactly what the status of that expired permit is, and why the reason was why it was expired, or.
Does she need a contractor to do this?
No, she can do it herself, but she apparently has problems even submitting.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I mean, I kind of get that.
Because I believe that when
Look,
I
I'm
try
going to give you additional time, but
Okay.
you got to find somebody. If you can't master
I've
the
been
process, you
trying,
got to find somebody to
Fiona.
help. I know you're telling me it's hard to find somebody, but you got to do it.
So here's the thing, they all want to install a new fence. They do not want
Yeah, I
to
know, I
deal
know,
with
I
an
know. I
existing
got it.
one line of fence. That's a big problem
All right,
here.
what I'm looking at is giving you additional time. How much time do you need?
As much as you can give me. But I've been asking everyone to just help me out and submit the permit. And even the permit lady that does permits for someone, she would not take it because she's saying it's time consuming and she doesn't want to do that. So
Well,
I'm a little stuck
the city
here.
has a service that you can use.
Okay.
They're like the permit runners. They go permit solutions.
Exactly,
so-
that's what I talked to. I talked to.
Have you guys been in touch? You've been in touch with the city yourself?
I've emailed a few times, correct?
Yeah,
I've
few
emailed
few
Mark.
times,
All
yes.
right. How much time do you need?
As much as you can
How much
give me to
time?
figure that out.
I mean, she can probably
56
If
days?
she works at it. Yeah, she can probably get
Would I
it.
be able to just submit permit under the homeowner since
Yes.
I am the
We'll
homeowner
talk about
and
that.
maybe I can submit?
I'll let you talk to them about
Okay.
that. I have
All right.
one issue here, and that is what they're asking me to do is to impose the fine. I'm trying to find a way to give you some additional time. I understand what you're telling me about the difficulties that you're facing, but you got to find a way to deal with them. So I'm going to give you 56 days, which would be until October 15th. I'll suspend the fine during that period of time. You want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay, good luck to you.
Just a quick question.
No, I'll let you do this. Talk to staff.
Okay.
They'll ta-
But
they'll-
do I come back for the fine hearing as well, or what do I do next? Okay. Thank you.
Well, what does she have to come back for, if I extend the time, there's going to be another Massey hearing? There'll be another Massey hearing, which is in order to impose the fine. When you come into compliance, you're going to have to deal with those fines, all right? I suspended them until October, but you got to find somebody to take care of this and get this done.
Yeah,
I
you
know,
gave us-
I got it. Good luck to you.
Our next case is on page 34. Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 920 Southwest 30th Street. Case number BE 25090232. Owner, Jesus A. Sanchez Trust, Jesus Antonio Sanchez Trustee. This case was first heard on 4/16/26 to comply by 8/20/26. One section not complied at $50.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Jesus Sanchez,
Okay.
Saul Peralta contractor.
Contractor, okay.
Inspector Martinez updating case on behalf of the city. Case number and address as read. The case is not in compliance. I'm going to let the respondent speak.
Yes.
Yes, we applied for the permit and we need to do some corrections and additional documents to be submitted. We're requesting 56 more days to
You
comply.
opposed?
The city won't oppose to a 56-day extension.
Okay. All right. I'll grant the extension, 56 days. That'll be October 15th. To suspend the fines during that period to fine. Do you want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Our next case is on page 5. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 785 Middle River Drive. Owner, J. and Roxana Starkman. Case number BE 25110192. Notice posted at the property on 7/29/26. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning, Roxana Starkman.
Alexander Alvarez, Bill Inspector for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Required inspections related to permit BLD-RPAV-21060014 and related subs were not completed and the permits were left to expire. City is requesting for the magistrate to find the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Yes, ma'am. You okay with that?
That's fine, thank you.
All right. I find that the violation exists. That doesn't seem to be in dispute. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 3. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 1900 Northeast 16 Terrace. Case number BE 26040085. Owner, Aramis Sanchez. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Notice posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Morning, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
Aramis Sanchez.
Okay.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first opened on April 9, 2026 during routine inspections of the area for the following violation. 9-1D, any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to wood fence replaced without issued permit. The wood fence at this property was replaced without the applied permit being issued. Previous permit BLD-FEN-WT-2511-0003 was under status awaiting client reply as of April 7, 2026 upon my discovery. As a result, the violation was cited via a 30-day inspection report. Reinspection conducted on May 11, 2026 revealed no movement on the permit status, and the case was scheduled for this magistrate hearing. On 5/15/26, I did speak with the property owner, who was under the assumption he was exempt for the permit due to the recent governor's order. I had him speak with our assistant building official, Joe Pasquarello, who explained in detail why a permit was still required for the fence in question. On 6/19/2026, the mentioned permit was purged due to no activity. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 8/18/2026 reveals there is another permit application submitted on 8/10/2026 under permit number BLD-GEN-2608-0027. Status is currently awaiting client reply as of 8/13/2026. City is requesting 119 days for compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. I purchased the property in 2022 with the pre-existing fence that was there about 20 plus years. When it finally fell down, I replaced the fence in the same exact location. I submitted all the paperwork. I've called the city and I was told to contact the person that's on the permit. I reached out to him about 20 times. I have proof here of phone records, no response.
Okay.
I need help. I've called the city and no one's able to help me.
Well, he's got a permit application in, doesn't he?
Yes, and there's corrections on the permit.
Did you submit that permit application?
I sure did, yeah.
Okay, and then there's some comments that he's
There's
got to respond?
comments as of
So what were you
8/13.
asking? Were you looking for 119 days?
119 days. Yeah.
119 days?
The problem is no one's answering.
Nobody's answering why.
Joe,
I'm calling and because there's specific comments on there that I want some clarity on, and I'm calling, and again, I called about 20 times in the last week.
Joe Pasquarello, assistant building official. I kind of find that hard to believe, but given the benefit of the doubt,
I have proof right here.
I'd be more than happy to receive his call and explain any comments that were
Your
made.
Honor, this is a joke. I mean,
Okay,
I have my call records here.
I find it hard to believe, too, to be honest with you, but I'm going to set it aside.
I've left
119 days. The building official, stop.
Okay.
The building official just said he'll talk to you. Okay? So let's not stir this thing up. You got a building permit that you need for a fence. Let's not make a federal case out of it. Okay.
I would like to get this done as well.
Okay, 119 days, or a fine of what?
$50.
$50 a day. All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Here's my card.
Our next case is on page 21. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., page 21, 902 Northwest 13th Ave. Case number BE 2503-0085. Owner, Nadej Vole. Homestead exempted, Eugene L. Harvey. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
Good morning, folks. Can you state your name for the record, please?
Good morning. It's Nadej Harvey.
Okay.
Eugene Harvey?
Okay. Yes.
Good morning. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city, case and address as read. This is a massive hearing for imposition of fines for violation 9-1D for the fence at this property without a required permit. Case was first heard on 10/16/25, where Special Magistrate Flynn found for the city and ordered 126 days for compliance or $50 a day thereafter. Case was heard again on 5/21/26 as a Massey, where Special Magistrate Duty ordered a 56-day extension with a stay of fines during that time. Permit number BLD-GEN-26040600 remains in awaiting client reply status as of 7/16/2026. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 8/18 reveals a violation remained with no change. Ownership has been in contact with me during the course of the case. They had previously mentioned removing the fence. They sent me a text message last night that they removed the fence, but I drove by this morning. and there's still a portion of the fence in the front where the bushes are, and then a gate that is still in place, so the violation remains at this time. Whereas,
Can they remove the fence on their own without some sort of demolition permit?
yeah, the removal of the fence doesn't require a permit.
Doesn't require a permit. All right, it sounds to me like what I'm hearing is the fence has been partially removed. The inspector thinks there's still some things there that need to be removed.
No, it's been fully removed. There's only a pole for the mailbox in the front.
No,
Everything else.
you have the whole chain link fence that's inside the bushes at the front, and then you have the gates for where the driveway is. All of that is the fence still perimeter of the property. The entire fence is what's in question. No fence at that property was ever permitted, so the entire fence.
I'm guessing that what you, let me just a minute. I'm guessing that what you might have done is taken down a portion of a fence, and you thought that remedied the problem, but the code officer is saying there's no permit for any fence at that property, so any fence that's there needs to be removed. Am I right about that? Okay, that'd be good.
Yeah, so when we went to the city,
Yeah.
that wasn't what, I mean, the rest of the fence, it wasn't told. It was only the front. Well, so in the beginning, when the new property that was going to be built, they said we're on their property line. That's the initial problem. That side has been removed already, and we're not on the property line.
But you understand what he's saying, that there's no permit for any fence on this property, so any fence that remains needs to go or get permitted. Is these current pictures?
Yeah, those are from the 18th.
You want to go back to the picture for a second?
That fence was removed. You can open all of them. I'll explain it. That fence is still there. That's on the 18th.
I did not know this was a part of it.
Well, that's what I'm just telling you that now.
Well, the instruction from
I'm going to give you stop, just a minute, folks. I mean, I'm going to give you additional time. What they're telling you is there's any fence that remains has to go because there's no permit for any fence on the property. So if you felt that you were in compliance because you took down a portion of another fence, I get that. I'm going to give you more time to deal with it, but you're going to have to take additional actions. How much time did you suggest?
It's up to you. I mean, you gave him the last extension.
56 days. Okay?
Because all this is inside the bushes. It's gonna be kind of like
But when we went to the city, the instructions that we got, that's what we took down.
I'm trying to. I just explained it to you. I mean, you look frustrated, but let me tell you what. There's no permit for any fence on the property. Okay? Stop. Listen to me. There's no permit for any fence on the property. Okay? That means you got to take down any portion of any fence. This case started in October of 2025. I'm going to give you additional time. There's been additional times granted. Get rid of the fence. The additional time will be 56 days. Do you want an order to reappear? I don't think they need an order to reappear.
If they plan on removing it, I don't believe so.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Can I respectfully respond?
Yes, you can.
So the instructions that we got when we went down to the city, now it seems like the goalpost has moved further back.
It has not. That's where I disagree. I'm not going to sit here and argue this with you. I'm telling you that.
I'm not trying to argue, but this when we went down to the city, the code enforcer, this what he told me. We did exactly
You spoke to this code officer?
No, at the city office.
Who'd you speak to? He's the code officer on this case. That's been
the
in existence since October of last year.
No, but
which says the wood fence wasn't permitted.
Okay, everybody stop. Everybody stop. I think what you expect me to do is to say, oh, it's okay.
I'm not.
Stop. Listen to me. I mean, you want to make your point, you've made it. Okay, I get it that you think you were told this and now you're being told something else. I got that. But it's really not that hard to understand. There's no permit for a fence on this property. If there's any fence portion standing, you can see that that's an issue, right? That makes sense to you, I would think. So I'm giving you additional time to deal with it. I'm not imposing the fine today. So if you look frustrated, I want you to understand I just gave you additional time. I could impose the fine today, and I didn't do it, okay? So 56 days. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Our next case, well, not really. At this time, this concludes all of our respondents. However, we have two gentlemen here that are waiting to hear cases that unfortunately don't have the proper paperwork for.
Okay.
So the first one will be on page 19 at the bottom. Senior Inspector Alexander Obores. Property address 2880 Southwest 1st Street 1-4. Owner Meridian Partners 2 LLC. Case number BE 25010036. This case was first heard on 11/20/25 to comply by 3/17/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $7,750, which continues to accrue.
All right. Yes.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the city, updating you on case number and address is read. So this is an expired permit. The owner has reached out. She expressed some difficulties she was going through with the previous contractor. And today, the Mr. Jensen Mondesir with Prestige Design, he informed me that he's going to be taking care of the project. They submitted a permit renewal fee, should be renewed within the next, if it gets approved, in theory it would be approved in a few days. The city was prepared to support a 91-day extension, given that the renewal form has been submitted. I don't see it taking that long. The city supports an extension to allow them to complete the process and come into compliance.
What, 91 days or 56 days?
Either one works. 56 days is good.
I know he can't speak. Can he do it in 56 days? Let's do 91. 91.
Yeah, I don't see any issues, but yet I'm not doing the review.
Right.
He did submit the renewal form, so in the change of contractor.
All right. I extend the time 56 days. That'd be October 15th. Do you want an order to reappear?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. Second page? 301 Northeast 3rd? Okay. Our next case, Chief Martinez, property address 301 Northeast 3rd Ave. Case number BE 251101444.
What page?
2 at the bottom. Owner WorldCom Network Serve Inc. in care of Prop Tax Department C2-3. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Chief Martino representing the city, case and others as read. The required safety inspection report has not been completed. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance by submitting the report in the next 42 days or fines of $100 per day thereafter.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The violation exists. The respondent will be given 42 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to page 3. Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr., property address 2608 Northeast 23rd Street. Owner Joseph G. Lea. Case number BE 26050014. Notice posted at the property on 7/20/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Good morning, Inspector Wilson Quintero Jr. on behalf of the city. Case and address as read. This case was first opened on 5/4/2026 during routine inspections of the area for the following violations. 24-11D, all solid waste and construction debris shall be removed from the site or placed within a suitable container within 24 hours. 47-21.9.m. Sections of this vacant lot have no lawn cover as required. This property is currently a fenced-in vacant lot where a home was demolished and there are no issued permits for new development. I have not had contact with anyone representing the property during the course of the case. Pre-hearing inspection conducted on 8/18/2026 reveals the violation remains with no change. The city is requesting 119 days for compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter for each violation.
All right. I'll find that there's notice. Sworn testimony. The city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day per violation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next case is on page 4 at the top. Inspector Andrew Gebbia, property address 110 North Federal Highway 1016, case number BE 25020060. Owner Jose Andres Jibaya. Notice posted at the property on 7/29/26. Posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/6.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The City is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 119 days to come into compliance or a $50 a day fine thereafter.
I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Property address 6245 North Federal Highway, owner AVP Invest LLC, case number BE 26030123. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/6/26. Oh my eyes.
Andrew Gebbia, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. There are expired permits related to this property as stated in today's agenda. This case is not complied. The City is requesting the magistrate to find that the violations exist and to grant the property owner 91 days to come into compliance or a $100 a day fine thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Moving on to page 5, property address 213 Royal Palm Drive. This case has been withdrawn.
Okay, noted.
Okay, moving on to page 6. Senior Inspector Alexander Boris, property address 1700 Northwest 49th Street, 110. Owner, North Broward Hospital District, Attention Real Estate, case number BE 26010044. Notice delivered via personal service on 7/28/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broward Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Alexander Labores, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case number and address as read. The required inspections were not completed and the permit was left to expired. The City is requesting for the magistrate to find violation exists and to grant the property owner 119-day extension or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
At the bottom of page 6, property address 2120 Northeast 54th Street, case number BE 26040082. Owner, Mickey Korn, homestead exempted, David Nagel. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Notice posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Alexander Alvarez, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case number and address as read. The required inspections related to this permit were not completed and the permit was left to expired. The City is requesting for the magistrate to find a violation exists and to grant the property owner 119-day extension or fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 7, Senior Inspector Preston Mark, property address 824 Southeast 2nd Street. Owner, Towers at Las Olas LLC, case number BE 26030101. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/26, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The City is requesting 119 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day. $50 a day?
Yes.
At the bottom of page 7, property address 931 West State Road 84, case number BE 26040128. Owner, William Wiley Sachs Trust, in care of DTS Properties 2 LLC. Notice posted at the property on 7/31/26, posted at 1 East Road Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Preston Mark, Building Inspector for the City, presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The City is requesting 119 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city's uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 8, property address 2224 Southeast 20th Street. Owner, ALV 2224 LLC, case number BE 2603 0227. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Person marked Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This property was cited for violation under Florida Building Code 105.1, work illegally performed without obtaining the required permits in the following manner, but not limited to: interior remodel, kitchen and bath remodel. There was also a new tankless water heater installed, electrical work done, and an AC unit, and the structural repair of an interior staircase. The case was opened 3/31/2026. Inspection report mailed 4/8/2026, and special magistrate notice mailed 5/15/2026. I visited this property and met with the property manager, Lucy, who gave me access to inspect the property. During my inspection, I observed the above-mentioned violations. The city is requesting that the magistrate find that the violations exist and grant the property owner 63 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
63 days, is that what I?
91 days or fine of $50 a day thereafter. 91 days.
Okay. I'm going to find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 91 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
At the bottom of page 8, property address 2612 Well Harbor Lane. Owner Elizabeth Lynn Robinson. Case number BE 26020164. Notice posted at the property on 7/31/26. Posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Person marked Building Inspector for the city presenting case and address as read. This case is not in compliance. The city is requesting 119 days to come in compliance or fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'm going to find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
I'd like to make a correction on the previous case, 2224 Southeast 20th Street. I'd like to adjust that to 119 days.
I'm sorry,
And
what
$50 a day.
What page is that?
Page 8. 119 days or $50 a day thereafter.
Okay, that'll be, the order
Thank you.
be amended, be 119 days rather than 91.
Don't let it happen again, Preston. Moving on to page 9, Inspector Marie Arias, property address 413 Northwest 15th Ave, case number BE 26040200, owner Giannina Mellini. Notice posted at the property on 7/30/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Inspector Marie Arias with the city. Case and address is read. This case was first opened on April 24, 2026 for the following violation. 9-1D, any violation of the building code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to fence, white fence. An inspection report was mailed on 4/27/26. A special magistrate hearing scheduled on 5/27/26. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on 8/18/26 showed that fence permit BLD-FEN-26070294 is in awaiting client status as of August 12, 2026. I have not been in contact with the property owner throughout the course of this case. City is requesting 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $50 a day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested as the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 10, property address 1422 North Andrews Ave, 1-2. Owner, JoJo Property LLC, case number BE 26040184. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Notice posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Inspector Marie Arias with the city. Case and address is read. This case was first opened on 4/21/26 for the following violation, 9-1D. Any violation of the Florida Building Code shall be a violation of this section and punishable as provided for in this section. There is construction work at this property that was started or completed without obtaining the required permits, consisting of but not limited to PVC fence. An inspection report was mailed on 4/23/26, a special magistrate hearing scheduled on 5/26/26. A pre-hearing inspection conducted on 8/18/26 showed that a fence permit BLD-GEN-26070044 is in awaiting client status as of July 30th, 2026. I have not spoken with the owner. Throughout the course of this case, city is requesting 119 days to come into compliance or a fine of $100 a day thereafter.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $100 a day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to page 11, Inspector Severian Onescu, property address 622 Southwest 16th Court, case number BE 26020010. Owner Kimberly Spout, homestead exempted Joseph Spout. Notice posted at the property on 8/3/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has complied.
Okay, thank you. Noted for the record.
You noted that that violation was complied?
Yes.
Oh, but not the 111.1.
Both of them are complied today.
Today? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Thanks for letting us know. Thank you. Moving on to page 12, property address 1517 Northeast 5th Terrace, owner Blue Moon Residence LLC, case number BE 26030208. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Sorry. Flamingo Lane?
Blue Moon.
1517 Northeast 5th Terrace,
Oh.
page 12. BE 26030208.
I don't have that one. Page 12, you said, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Blue Moon Residence.
Oh, it's an expired permit. Okay. Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. The city is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days and $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 13, at the top, property address 2848 Northeast 26th Place, owner A&I Company LLC, case number BE 26030129. Notice posted at the property on 7/20/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Severian Onescu, building inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case is for an expired permit. The case is not complied. City is requesting the magistrate to find that the violation exists and to grant the property owner 119 days and $50 per day thereafter.
All right, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Moving on to page 14, property address 3, Senior Inspector Jorge Martinez, property address 347 North New River Drive, E2401, case number BE 26040056, owner Stephen Cox. Notice posted at the property on 7/14/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of today remain expired. The compliance within the next 6 days or a fine of $50.
Or how much? $100 a day?
50.
50. All right. I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
1312 Northwest 15th Terrace. Owner U&S Investment Group 1, Inc. Case number BE260100066. Notice posted at the property on 7/28/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expired as stated in today's agenda and as of today remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance with the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested, the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Property address 1316 Cordova Road. Owner H&J Devco LLC. Case number BE260100099. Notice posted at the property on 7/9/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expired as stated in today's agenda and as of today remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
I find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $150 a day.
150?
Is that what I heard, 150?
No,
or
50.
just 50?
50.
$50 a day.
Moving on to page 16 at the bottom. Property address 2308 Casilla Isle. Case number BE260100191. Owner Catherine Marie Callahan Perez. Notice posted at the property on 7/21/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expired as stated in today's agenda and as of today remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
Find that there's notice, sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face a fine of $50 a day.
Page 17, property address 2720 Northeast 59th Street. Owner 542 Inc. Case number BE260100097. Notice posted at the property on 7/15/26. Posted at 1 East Royal Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expired as stated in today's agenda and as of today remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day.
Hold on one second, Jorge.
I thought you said that one was complied, 2720. This morning.
I have the next one, 3360, as complied.
You sent me email this morning about 2720.
Okay, let me double check.
Property address 3360. Oh, sorry.
He's got to check both those. So let's just go on, if we can.
On page 18, property address 550 Northwest First Ave. This case has been rescheduled.
Perfect. I was just going to ask for that. I don't know how you knew that, but okay. I was just going to say for the record, Your Honor, I'd received an email just a few minutes ago from counsel saying that he was recently retained and had asked if we could kindly reschedule that. But
You're going to schedule for a time certain, or are you just going to do it, you're going to schedule it later?
we'll coordinate. Yeah, we'll schedule it
Okay,
a different
all
day.
right.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good with that. Like I said, I'm going to like it, but I use that.
Are we going back to page 17? Oh, okay. Moving on to page 19, nope. Page 20, Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 2926 Cortez Street, owner 2933 Poinsettia Street LLC, case number BE 25030210. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $9,050, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County sworn testimony the city's uncontested violation still exists. I'll impose the fine.
Thank you. Are you ready? Okay. Okay, moving back to page 17, property address 2720 Northeast 59th Street, case number BE 26010097.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. Permits were left to expire as stated in today's agenda, and as of today remain expired. The city is asking for the owner to come into compliance within the next 119 days or a fine of $50 per day thereafter.
All right, this is at 2720, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice sworn testimony the city's uncontested the violation exists. The respondent will be given 119 days to come into compliance or face fine of $50 a day.
Property address 3360 Northeast 34th Street, owner Calto LLC, case number BE 26020005. Notice posted at the property on 7/27/26, posted at 1 East Broad Boulevard on 8/6/26.
Building Inspector Martinez for the city, presenting case number and address as read. This case is complied.
All right, noted for the record.
Complied. Moving on to page 20 at the bottom, Senior Inspector Mary Rich, property address 2933 Poinsettia Street, owner 2933 Poinsettia Street LLC, case number BE 25030209. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requested to impose the full amount of $9,050, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County sworn testimony the city's uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 21, property address 1849 Middle River Drive, owner PBS Engineering Procurement and Construction LLC, case number BE 25030225. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 11/27/25. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose fines in the full amount of $50,500, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County sworn testimony the city's uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 22, property address 1291 Southwest 29th Terrace, case number BE 25020244, owner Rock A. Boyle Estate, Sullen Adams. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 12/18/25. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $11,700. The city is requesting to abate all fines.
Why are we doing that?
Andrew Gebbia, you want to give your testimony on this one?
Well, she's an elderly woman, and she is barely holding it together. Her house is for sale. I have a heart. I feel bad for her.
All right, that
She
sounds
can't
lovely.
afford that.
And I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you bringing it up. If you guys are going to ask me to abate a fine, I need to know for the record why it is, rather than just rubber stamp.
Well, I was
it.
going to walk up. I wasn't sure if.
But anyway, I do appreciate that.
Okay.
That's actually kind of nice to hear. So I'll abate the fines.
Property address 1625 Southwest 30th Ave, case number BE 25050062, owner Narissa LG Enterprise LLC. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/19/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $18,100, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll certify the fine. I'll impose the fine.
Impose. Property address 6884 Northwest 30th Ave. Case number BE 25080034. Owner, Inspiron LLC. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose fines in the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Moving on to page 23, property address 1019 Southwest 20th Street. Case number BE 24010094. Owner, Janine Hernandez, Elkin A. Hernandez Torres. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fine $7,300. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative costs of $1,787.
Okay, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is that it's currently in compliance. I'll reduce the fine to administrative costs $1,787.
Moving on to page 24, property address 3001 East Oakland Park Boulevard. Case number BE 24120087. Owner, MSLA Lauderdale Holdings LLC. This case was first heard on 9/18/25 to comply by 1/15/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $10,800, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has not been complied with. I will impose the fine.
Property address 3193 Northwest 65th Drive. Owner, Natalie and Nelson L. DeLeon. Case number BE 24110081. This case was first heard on 7/17/25 to comply by 11/20/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section complied at $50. Total accrued fines $4,500. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $1,449.
All right, I'll find that there is notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is that the property is currently in compliance. I'll reduce the fine pursuant to their request to administrative costs, which is $1,449.
Page 25, property address 1636 Northwest 5th Ave. Case number BE 25070232. Owner, Derek L. Ruffner. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 26, property address 1001 Indiana Ave. Owner, 1001 Indiana LLC. Case number BE 25070133. This case was first heard on 1/15/26 to comply by 3/17/26. One section not complied at $100. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $15,500, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine. Did we do the case above it?
Yes.
Did we impose the fine there or extend?
It was 1,959. We reduced. Page 26?
Yeah, the top. We reduced the fine?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Property address 1209 North Andrews Ave. Owner, Dario Sanker. Case number BE 241000197. This case was first heard on 8/21/25 to comply by 10/23/25. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. City is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,250, which continues to accrue.
I find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 27, property address 1545 Southeast 15th Street. Owner 1545 Southeast 15th Street Holdings LLC. Case number BE 250700153. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,500, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I will read the case.
Okay, go ahead.
Jose Saragusti, Senior Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case number as read. The case is not complied. The city support 56-day extension. Stop the fines.
Okay. I'll accept the city's recommendation. I'll find that there's notice. 64 to 56 days? How many days do we want to be here? How many days did you suggest?
56.
56. All right. We'll extend the time for compliance 56 days, which would be till October 15th. I'll suspend the fines during that period of time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
At the bottom of page 27, property address 2885 Northeast 29th Street. Owner 2885 Northeast 29th Street LLC. Case number BE 25080012. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $2,100. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $1,374.
All right. I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested that the current property is currently in compliance. They're requesting that the fine amount be reduced to administrative costs. I'll do that. It'll be impose the administrative cost of $1,374.
Okay. Moving on to page 29, property address 2831 East Commercial Boulevard. Owner 1302 Northeast 32nd LLC. Case number BE 25030251. This case was first heard on 10/16/25 to comply by 2/12/26. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $4,100. The city is requesting to reduce the administrative cost of $1,112.
All right. I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll accept the testimony of the city that the property is currently in compliance and the recommendation to reduce to administrative costs, which are $1,112.
Property address 3100 Northeast 49th Street, 905. Owner Stuart Lamont. Case number BE 25020241. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $12,500, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I will impose the fine.
Property address 4143 North Ocean Boulevard, 108. Case number BE 25070073. Owner Arzul Yanak. This case was first heard on 12/18/25 to comply by 4/16/26. One section not complied at $50. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $6,250, which continues to accrue.
Find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order hasn't been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Okay, moving on to page 31 at the bottom. Property address 1300 North Federal Highway. Case number BE 25060160. Owner Greco Motors LLC, Metro Motors Ventures Inc. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 4/2/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $13,900, which continues to accrue.
I'll find that there is notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. That the order has been complied with. I'll impose the fine.
Page 33. Property address 5850 Northwest 9th Ave. Case number BE 25070032. Owner Partners Preferred Yield 2 Inc. Department PT-FL-23215. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 4/2/26. One section not complied at $100. The city is requesting to impose the full amount of $13,900, which continues to accrue.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. Sworn testimony of the city is uncontested. The order has been complied with. Us imposed the fine.
Property address 6245 North Powerline Road. Owner 6245 Holdings LLC. Case number BE 25060251. This case was first heard on 2/19/26 to comply by 4/2/26. One section complied at $100. Total accrued fines $3,400. The city is requesting to reduce to administrative costs of $575.
All right, I'll find that there's notice in accordance with Massey versus Charlotte County. I'll accept the sworn testimony of the city that the property is currently in compliance and reduce the fine to administrative costs, which is $575.
Page 34, at the bottom, property address 2021 Southeast 10th Ave, case number BE 25080045. Owner, Village East Condo Association, Inc. This case was first heard on 1/15/26 to comply by 5/21/26. Fine suspended as noted. One section not complied at $50. Severi, you want to come and present this one? 2021 Southeast 10th Ave.
Severi Onesco, Building Inspector for the city, presenting the case and address as read. This case has not complied. The city is requesting the case to come back as Massey.
Okay, so this is not a Massey hearing this morning?
No, it's just an order to reappear.
Okay.
In which
all
they
right.
aren't here.
It'll be scheduled for a Massey hearing.
Okay.
Thank you.
At this time, Your Honor, we would like to have all the cases listed on page 36 into the record as closed or withdrawn.
So noted.
Thank you. This concludes our August 20th, 2026 special magistrate hearing for the building division.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your help.